Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica, and in today's video I am doing another collab with my dear friend Tracey. Her channel name is Lilith Luna. I'll link her channel in my description box. She and I have done multiple collabs together and I just love her. She is beautiful, she's talented, she's fun, and she and I are very close friends, and it's always really fun to collab with her. So she and I have been gonna do this for a while now, and then I just kind of needed to take a step away from YouTube, and then she kind of needed to step away from YouTube. So it's just been taking us a while to get our ducks in a row here. But we're gonna be doing a Nomad eyeshadow palette collab. We have different palettes from Nomad that we'll be using. She's gonna be using the Nomad Berlin Underground palette. That used to be my favorite palette from Nomad for quite some time. And I had it and I gifted it to Janny because I don't know, I wasn't using it and she wanted to try it. And so I sent it to her. Jan, I think, also does have the newly released Berlin Underground too. So lucky Jan, she's got two. It's kind of fun. But I thought for my favorite palette from Nomad, I would pull in the Nomad New Zealand Stargazer palette. This is my absolute favorite palette from Nomad now. Well, I also really love the Royal Europe palette from Nomad. And initially what I thought I would do is combine the Royal Europe and this together. But I don't know, I just felt like sticking with this one today. If you'd like to see me do that, combine the Stargazer and the Royal Europe together in a video, I'm happy to do that. Just let me know about that in the comment section. I can totally do that. But I just think this is such a gorgeous color story. So beautiful. I have done a 2 looks video with this palette before. I did like a darker look, like with the black and the blue, and or these 3, I think, and then I don't know, I can't even remember what I've done with it. And then I think, did I do like a lighter look? I don't know. But for today's look, I'm going to be focusing on like purple and pink, I'm thinking, because there's still a few shades in here I have not used. So I want to really use this shimmer shade called Southern Cross. It like shifts from like pink to like almost like a green. It's gonna be really cool. And then I think I'm also gonna pop this shade on my lid too. This is called, this Southern Cross, did I say that? This is called Magellanic Clouds, I think. And then I really want to use this one too. And this is called, oh wow. A Rocky Mackenzie. Boy, I probably butchered that. And then I'm thinking about, my cats are doing something downstairs. I'm thinking about either Carina Nebula or, like I said, Magellanic Clouds. We'll see. I'm not sure. And also I want to throw in this shade here called Auckland Stardome and maybe some Southern Lights. So, just play around, see what happens. So that's what I'm thinking. Purple, pink with some shifty stuff. And then Tracey and I also have 10 questions that I came up with for us to answer, of course, while we put our eye looks together, because that's just what I do here. So if you have not yet gone to Tracey's channel, though, I highly recommend you do so. Go and subscribe, show her a ton of love and support. She absolutely deserves it. And she means a lot to me. She's a great friend. She's there for me a lot, and I really appreciate her. She's really cool. Okay, so I do have my brows done in the NYX Control Freak Clear Brow Gel. I don't really fill my brows in with anything anymore because I just felt like it looked too much, just too much. And then I did prime this eyelid with the Juvia's, no, not Juvia's Place. No, the P. Louise eyeshadow base in Rumor 02. Rumor 02, gosh, hello, hello. All right, so starting off by putting Auckland Stardome in my transition area. Grab a brush for that, and I want to make sure that my primer's not creasing. No, it's not really. Okay, wonderful. Oh wait, I do want to put a little bit of my Ice Maiden lip oil from Nomad Cosmetics on, because I always do that before I film. And I'd forgotten to do that today. And my lips get really chapped. And I feel like I have something in my eye. No. Okay, let's go. Number 1, if you could open a food truck, what kind would it be and what would you make? I love crepes. I've always wanted there to be a crepe food truck. Savory and sweet, I just love crepes. Often when Paul and I will go out to breakfast, ooh, that's pretty. When Paul and I will go out to breakfast, I will order crepes, usually like strawberry crepes. Love them. They're so good. Or like, just like all breakfast food truck. I think that would be so cool. I don't think I've seen one, not where I live anyway. I've never seen like just a breakfasty type food truck, And I work downtown in the city that I live in, and I work kind of like across the street from a food truck court type place. And they have like a Mexican food truck. They have a tofu food truck. They have like a sausage, like German sausage type food truck. And they have like this coffee that's like more like kind of funky coffee flavors, or I don't know, like natural coffee. I think they make mushroom coffee, that kind of stuff. And I do eat at those food trucks every so often. It's been a while, but they're really good. And then down like a few blocks, there's another whole food truck court thing. Really good stuff, but none of them have like breakfast. And I thought, man, that'd be cool. And Paul and I have talked about opening a food truck many times, like when we retire. Like I really want to open like a used bookstore, which will not make any money. I know that because everybody uses their Kindle and stuff now. But and I want to sell like other stuff too, like antiques and like a pastry stuff and like vinyl records and, you know, just, but mostly used books. Anyway, Paul wants to do a food truck. And I don't really know what kind of food truck he wants to do. I can't remember what he said. But if we could do like a breakfasty one, I'm all over that. Okay, I think I'm done with that. I think it looks really pretty. I do, though, want to kind of lighten up the edge. So I'm going to go into that shade there called Southern Lights. Excuse me. Okay, number 2. What is a place you've been to that you'd never go to again? I do this often. I'll come up with questions and I'm like, I don't know. Well, okay. I don't love crowds, like big crowds. They kind of make me nervous and just unsettled. And I'm always like, oh God, what's going to happen here? You know, that sort of thing. And a lot of people just, I don't know, I don't love it. So when Paul and I and his mom and other family members went to the Garth Brooks concert here in town at Autzen Stadium, that was not fun for me or Paul. We were both just like, because there was just so many people. It was just so packed. And, you know, like, I like Garth Brooks. He's fine. But I don't know that I would have, his mother purchased the tickets for us, or I don't know that I would have gone to that concert necessarily. I mean, I like him and I like his music. I love Garth Brooks music, but I don't know. Anyway, so I wasn't like super gung-ho to go anyway. But I'm telling you, the number of people that were in that stadium just packed together. I mean, you could barely move. And also, like, I don't drink. And there were so many just drunk out of their minds people just acting like buffoons. I was like, OMG, get me out of here. And then when we left, what we did was we had driven to a local mall and parked and then rode the buses to the stadium. And when we got done with the concert, the buses were nowhere to be seen. And we were like, okay. So we walked back to the mall to get to our car. Paul and I did. And a bunch of us did, because a lot of us were like, we're not waiting all night for the freaking buses to get here. They ended up showing up, but it was like an hour and a half later than what they were supposed to show up. I have a hair that's sticking out right there. And oh, did you see my hair? Did you guys watch my Glaminatrix palette video with my hair sticking straight up off my head? I don't know why I didn't notice that, but I didn't notice it. Anyway. So, yeah, I don't know that I will ever go to a concert at a stadium like that ever again, because it was just too much and not for me at all. Not for me. I love that. It looks really pretty. Everything's doing really well. Okay, so now to deepen up the outer V, I'm going to go into the purple shade, which is, it's A-O-R-A-K-I Mackenzie. And I'm putting that in my outer V. Number 3, what is the worst eyeshadow palette you've ever used? Oh. I mean, I've used some that I was like, and also like I've used some that have gotten older in my collection that I'm like, probably need to declutter them, you know, and I have decluttered a few. I would say there was a palette that I purchased from Notoriously Morbid. It was the Scooby-Doo Mystery Ink palette that I tried to use a couple of times, and I just could not jive with the formula. It's a beautiful color story, very unique, very Scooby-Doo Mystery Ink-esque. But the formula was so bizarre. Like the mattes were like just like Cheeto dust. Like that's what it reminded me of. I tried to use this bright orange matte out of the palette, and it was just so dusty and so fly away that I really couldn't get it to adhere to my lid. And it just made a huge mess in the pan. I was like, what in the hell is this even made out of? I've never had a shade like that ever in my life, be that dusty in a palette ever. And then a couple of the shimmers I tried were so flaky and so weird that I just thought, no. I tried another palette from them called Rusted Essence, and I really liked it. It was beautiful, you know, and I was able to create some really pretty looks with it. But again, it's just their formula. I'm not trying to bash Notoriously Morbid, okay? Because I think they're a great brand and they make some beautiful eyeshadow palettes, beautiful. But the formula is not for me. It's for somebody else, not for, oops, almost knocked the palette on the ground. Not for me. So yeah, that Mystery Ink palette, I ended up gifting that to Nikki because I thought, well, maybe she can do something better with it than I can. And I don't know that she's ever used it. And I don't blame her. If she's tried it, she's probably like, I don't know. And, you know, I could have gotten a bum palette or something. I don't know. But it was just, no. No. Number 4, if you could trade places with a famous person, who would it be and why? So I mentioned that I watched Peaky Blinders, and there was an actress who has sadly passed away. She passed away, I believe, of breast cancer that had metastasized. Her name is Helen McCrory, M-C-C-R-O-R-Y, I think is how you spell her last name. She was also Draco Malfoy's mother in the Harry Potter movies. I didn't realize that until I watched Peaky Blinders. Because of course I had to do, I love that purple shade, that's beautiful. I am going to go back around though with this shade and just kind of blend the purple out a little bit. Of course I've done like deep dives into all the Peaky Blinders characters because I love the show so much, right? So I would say, you know, if I could go back in time while she was filming Peaky Blinders and trade places with her, maybe not forever, but for a day or a week or something like that, that'd be really fun. Really any of the female characters from Peaky Blinders, I'd love to trade places with for a little while. Annabelle Wallace, I think is her name. She plays Tommy's, well, I don't want to give it away if you guys have never watched it. She plays a character in Peaky Blinders. I'd love to trade places with her. And then there's another woman by the name of Sophia Rundle that plays Tommy's sister Ada, who I love her character in that show. God, I love her. She's a badass. I'd love to trade places with her too while they were filming that show. That'd be cool. Really, really cool. I really like that show so much. I know I've said it in another video too. I'll probably say it in more videos. I just love, this is like, I need something a little bit more precise here. This one, let's do this one. I just need something a little bit more, there we go. Okay. Because it wasn't really doing what I wanted it to do because it was a little too, the brush was a little too airy. I need something a little bit more precise here. Okay, I think I'm good. I really like those 3 together. That's beautiful. Okay, so now for the shimmers, I'm gonna go into Southern Cross first, put that right here. And then I'm either gonna put, I think those 2 might compete too much for space or for presentation with each other. So I think I'm just gonna use these 2. Okay, the next question is, oh, and why would I want to trade places with them? Because they're in Peaky Blinders and they worked with Cillian Murphy. Okay, number 5. What is your biggest pet peeve about the beauty space on YouTube? Oh boy, I have a few. I just, you know, the cattiness. And also I think people sometimes can get really too big for their britches and I get annoyed. I'm like, okay, we put our pants on the same way, I would assume. And you know, just a lot of the like, backstabby, buzzy stuff that goes on in the background where people are talking shit about each other. I just, that I don't love either. Ooh, wow, that's beautiful. Look at that. It's got the pink. It's got like orangey green too. Like how fun is that? That is beautiful. So that I get sick of. It's actually, you know, honestly, I've been kind of on the fence about, I'm going to be totally honest here, kind of on the fence about whether or not I want to continue to do YouTube because of that crap. And I know like people are going to be like, why do you let it bother you? You shouldn't let it bother you. I know that. I know I shouldn't, but it does. I mean, that's just my personality. It just irritates me. And, you know, when people say really ugly things and they kind of like, quote unquote, get away with it. I mean, I don't know. Nobody really calls them out on it. I don't know. It frustrates me. I'm also going to do a video about the phrase professional makeup artist, because I think that phrase gets thrown around here very loosely. And I've talked about that a little bit before in another video. And I put a post in my community tab asking folks how they define a professional makeup artist. It's been very interesting to read people's answers. I don't know. I'll go into more detail about it in that video, but that's another thing that just kind of gets a little obnoxious. I'm like, okay, I don't know. I miss the time on here where it was more fun and carefree and less obnoxious. It just gets obnoxious to me. It does. Okay, I'm cleaning off this brush and I'm just going to flip it over and I'm going to go into the shade here, Magellanic Clouds. Okay, number 6, what color eyeshadow is the hardest for you to work with? Pink and red, mostly red, I would say, mostly red, because red often looks either pink or orange on me. And I think was Andy telling me how to make red show up a little bit better? I think she said something like putting like a brown down sometimes and then popping the red over sometimes makes the red come, or is that what I don't know. I'll have to ask her about that, run that by her again, or have her run that by me again. But yeah, reds just, I don't know, they're just not my favorite. And they're, ooh, that's beautiful. Oh yeah, perfect color combination for this. Yes, because this I feel like kind of ties in that, what's it called? Southern Lights shade. Yeah, that's beautiful. And you know, it's so deceiving because you look at this and it looks really kind of white with like pink in it. And on my lid, it's got a lot more of like a peachy orange. Oops, flip it over. Peachy orange shift. That's really cool. I really like that a lot. It's beautiful. Yes, I'm so happy with this color combination, you guys. Yahoo. Yeah, reds, I'm like, I really want to like conquer my weirdness with, or I don't dislike red. It's just not my fave. It's hard for me to, so I'm trying to conquer that because blue used to be my nemesis and I got over that. So I'm thinking I can get over my fight with red. Can't I? Or can't I not? I don't know. We'll see. I may never be able to do it. Okay. Yeah, I like it a lot. Let's see. Number 7. What was your fave movie as a kid? I'm going to go back into Southern Cross with my finger. God, look at that shade. Oh, I'm just going to plop it right here. And the formulation, the quality of it, like the feel of it or whatever, you know, is just incredible. I would say E.T. was probably one of my favorite movies, or my fave movie. I also loved Annie. Loved the movie Annie. Time Bandits was another movie I really loved. I'm going to go back into the Magellanic Cloud shade too. God, look at how, oh, so beautiful. I just love the shades in this palette. It's just freaking awesome. So pretty. When I was like getting a little bit older though, 16 Candles was my favorite movie. Absolutely. Like middle school, that was my favorite movie. I'm going to go back into the purple matte now. Number 8, what kind of neighborhood did you grow up in? A really fun neighborhood. We had, I'm going to take the edge of that shimmer down if I can. We had tons of kids in my neighborhood. And so like, I always had kids to play with. I grew up in a very multicultural neighborhood, which I really loved because I just got to learn about other cultures and just, yeah, it was really cool. And we were just kind of, us kids were just kind of left to our own devices. I mean, back in the 80s, you just, you know, during the summers and on the weekends and even after school, you just get on your freaking bike and go out and hook up with the neighbor kids and you just take off and go do stuff. And your parents were like, where are they? I don't know. I'm doing my own thing. You know, like nobody cared. They knew we were safe. Like it was a totally different world. I mean, obviously there were things that happened back then too that weren't great. Okay, I'm not acting like, oh, it was fine. No, it wasn't. We had a couple really weird things happen in my neighborhood when I was a kid. So, you know, but very different from when my kids grew up. Like I didn't just let my kids go roam around when they were like in grade school like I did when I was a kid. No way. That would never have happened. So, you know, we just were like free to do what we wanted most often. And, you know, yeah, we got into some trouble. We did. But we also just had a blast. So yeah, I grew up in a great neighborhood. I loved it. I miss it. Like I think about it, I get very nostalgic about it. Number 9, what TV show are you currently binge watching? Well, I was watching Peaky Blinders. We finished it though. I'm gonna take this over here a little bit because I always F that up right there. We finished it, the whole series, but I mentioned this in my Glaminatrix video. They're making a Peaky Blinders Netflix movie called, I think it's called The Immortal Man. Oh, so good. And you know what's so annoying, you guys? There was this thing on excuse me, my mouth gets so spitty. There was this thing on YouTube, I saw it, that it said it was a preview of the new Peaky Blinders movie, right? So I'm like, oh, and I go click on it. No, it was like, had scenes from like Indiana Jones, like Harrison Ford was in it, and Harrison Ford is not in the new Peaky Blinders movie. I know that for a fact, because I watched a bunch of junkets about it, and no, he's not in it. And I just was like, what the hell is this crap? It was so annoying. I'm gonna go back into the lighter pink shade to the Southern Lights and go around the outside edge of that again. But now we're binging Time Bandits, a series on Apple TV. We finally caved and got Apple TV because we wanted to watch The Gorge. My friend Dawn, if you're watching, hello, my dear. She mentioned, have you seen The Gorge? And we watched that. It was pretty good. Kind of cheese, but it was pretty good. I don't love, excuse me, I don't know why I'm so phlegmy. I don't love the actress that's in that. I think her name is Anya Taylor-Joy. She bugs me. She was in Peaky Blinders too. Her character was so horrid in Peaky Blinders. Ugh. Okay, last question, number 10. Are you an introvert or an extrovert? I would say I'm kind of a bit of both. Like, I am pretty extroverted, like, you know, especially in my job. I'm the office manager, and I, you know, pretty much greet every single person that walks in the office. Not every day, but usually. Like, I'm the point of contact for most of our clients, and also my clinicians too. Like, I talk to them all day too. And I can talk to anybody, anyone, doesn't matter. I can talk to anybody, and I'm very comfortable with that. I don't love public speaking, but I can talk to anybody, you know, for sure. And I do love to do that. And also I love my alone quiet time too. So, and there are times when I get a little too peopled and talked out, and I just need that time to myself because I'm just like, I cannot, I cannot. So I don't know, I'm a mix of the two, I would say. I love this look. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I really do. Love it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go clean up a little bit of fallout, get the shimmer off my forehead, do my other eye, the rest of my face, most likely dry my hair, and I'll come back. So this obviously is my finished look, and I absolutely love how it turned out. And there's a reason why the Stargazer palette is my favorite from Nomad, because it is so absolutely out of this world gorgeous. So let me show you everything I have on my face, and then I will review the eyeshadow palette with you. Okay, base product, e.l.f. Cosmetics Soft Glam Satin Foundation in the shade 21 Neutral Fair. I'm obsessed with this. I know people get annoyed when people say they're obsessed with something, but I am mildly obsessed with that foundation. I love using it. And then for my powder, the CoverGirl Clean Professional Loose Setting Powder in Translucent. For my bronzer, the LYS No Limits Bronzer in Motivate. Yeah. Blushing Poppies palette from Poppy and Fluff Cosmetics for my blush, and I use this shade here called Delicate. I just thought the light pink would work well. I did think about using Pink Me, but I don't know, I just went with Delicate. These two shades are my go-tos typically, the Delicate and Whimsical. I just think they're so beautiful. For my mascara, Sky High from Maybelline New York, upper lid liner, say it with me, Wet n Wild, breakup proof, waterproof, felt tip liner in black. Lips, I used a liquid lipstick from Menagerie in the shade Pink Pachyderm. I was going to go with purple, and I don't know. I love this, so I went with that. That's it. I didn't put a highlighter on today. Okay, so let's talk about the palette again. Nomad New Zealand Stargazing. Absolutely love this. For my lower lash lines, I popped this shade here on my lower lash lines, and then I blended it out a little bit with Southern Lights. And then for my inner corners, I did use the Magellanic Clouds. I thought about using this one, Aurora Australis, but I don't know, just went with that. I absolutely love the combination of shimmers I chose for this look today. This one here, Southern Cross, and the Magellanic Cloud. God, just beautiful together. That thick, opaque beautiful shifty stuff that Nomad provides in their shimmers. And then the mattes I think were gorgeous. Everything worked well together, blended well. Love this tone, love that. Love the purple for the deepening of the outer corner. Really enjoyed putting this look together and really like the final outcome. Love it. And so easy to put this look together. And yeah, Nomad just creates such beautiful palettes. I will admit that their last couple, I don't know, three palette, I haven't been super interested in, only because I feel like I have the color story in my collection already. But this palette is really unique and special in my collection. I could have duped the matte shades, I'm sure, but not the shimmers. No way, man. Just no way, man. So I'm really excited to go and see Tracey's look come together, what shade she chose out of the Berlin Underground palette to put her look together with, listen to the answers to the questions I came up with. I hope you enjoyed listening to my answers. If I remember, I will try to list those in my description box. So in case you're interested in, if you have a channel and you want to answer these questions in one of your videos, you can do that. And if you want to answer any of the questions in the description or in the comment section, if you want to answer any of the questions in the comment section, please feel free to do so. It's really fun to see how our answers are the same or different. And also, like with my collab partner, that's really fun too. And I just love Tracey to pieces. So if you have not yet gone to her channel to subscribe, I highly recommend going and doing that. And I'm sure she and I will do another collab together in the near future. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your lives to sit down and watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and of course, comment down below in the comment section. I love to chat with you guys there. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video. But in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself. Be well, safe, happy, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Drop it.